Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. If you have a furry friend like we do here that probably goes with you everywhere as she does, long trips, short trips, vacations, if we pick out a vacation spot and they do not allow dogs, well, we're not going there. She's 11 years old, and for 11 years she has been going with us absolutely everywhere. That can put the materials of your car or truck or SUV to the test. Hard surfaces like plastic, leather, vinyl, carpeting, upholstery, floor mats, you name it, it can put it all through the test. She's never seen a day in a kennel or a boarding facility. She's come with us everywhere, so it really does put these materials on my vehicle through the test with slobber and claw marks and dust and dander and fur, you name it. So today we're going to concentrate on cleaning and protecting hard surfaces, hard materials on your interior, and then we'll follow up in a different video for carpeting and upholstery. Once again, we're going to concentrate on the harder materials such as plastic, vinyl, leather. She likes to chill back here on long rides, of course, and she's got many of her creature comforts. But I'm going to share how I like to clean and protect these areas. There's no right or wrong answer. We're going to be talking about slobber, pet dander, hair, paw prints, ways you can clean those areas and then protect afterwards to make future cleaning very easy for you. What I have on hand, things to get started. Old microfibers, they're going to get boogered up, so use your grade B or C tier. We have a tornador for the end of a compressor hose. We have a detailing brush. We have a steamer if needed. And what I like to use for the interiors, for cleaning purposes, leather and plastic, we have the Vonix Hijiku. It's a plastic cleaner, and then their Intense is a more of a conditioner feel to it, but it will protect up to 6 months. And this is more than of a coating protectant, the Synergy for plastics. So you're covered with cleaning to protection. You can go short term, you can go long term. Not a sponsored video. This is just what I like to use. There are many other versions out there, or teams or combinations. I'll try to put as many down in the comments section or show you at the end of the video other ways to clean and protect plastics, vinyl, and hard surfaces. Well, let's get started. The very first thing I like to do is blow out dander, light grittiness, light dust from the pockets and surrounding areas in the door handle here, in the cracks and crevices. That's going to be my first step, and you can use anything you want. You could even use a leaf blower if you want to, whatever gets the job done. I like the little tornador for the end of my hose here. Next step is going to be the slobber. And depending on how long it's been sitting on the plastic, well, that's going to depend, and it's also going to hinge on what you use to remove it. I like to pre-treat it first. I'll spray it and let it soak for just a few seconds. And then I'll come in and add that to my detailing brush and agitate. This cleaner has a nice scent to it. Gives you a nice little frothy foam as you're working it. So gives you a little bit of a satisfaction feel to it. And I'll get those hard, crusty slobber spots first. Let's take a look and see if that's doing the job. Not bad at all. Breaking up some of that messiness. Now, if you're finding that the cleaner is having a hard time softening up and breaking up that crusty slobber or whatever grime is hanging from the door panel, or if you just want a deeper clean in the crevices and some of the hard to reach areas, well, 7 Michelob Lights later, you can wait for your steamer to warm up. Let's see if it's ready to go. All right, so we can pre-treat some of those areas first, again, one more time. Let it soak for maybe a minute or two, and then come in with the steamer. And it will blow apart any chunks that are left over. And while you have it out, guys, I don't like to overuse the steamer. I don't drag it out a lot. Steamers and hardcore, really aggressive chemicals have a tendency to sometimes discolor plastic, and I stay away from them. Just like paint, it's going to be the least aggressive method necessary to get things cleaned up and freshened up. We have it out, we might as well use it. Got all the cracks and crevices. So let's give everything a fine mist. Get a nice deep clean on all of the surfaces. This is a really hard plastic. This is a little bit softer, has some give to it. This is hard textured plastic, heavily textured, slightly textured, smooth plastic. You can have leather, Alcantara. I mean, there's so many different materials. Black piano finish, wood grain trim, depends on the trim package of your vehicle. This one here is a more utility vehicle than anything else. Not a whole lot of creature comforts, which is perfect for hauling around your furry friend. Get in there deep in the pockets. All right, now you have a bunch of old B and C tier microfibers laying around within arm's reach. Grab one and start mopping things up and see where you stand. Start to dry things up. That's going to be an important part for the next step, the protectants. You're going to want a dry surface. So take whatever time you need to mop all this moisture up, and even if you need to let the surface be and go on to another job for a little while so it can completely dry, that's a good idea. To speed the drying process up and to get in the areas where it's really hard to reach, I'm going to use compressed air once again. Just swap out the Tornador for a more pinpointed nozzle and dry things up. Now, for a utility a truck, this here is well protected and sealed up pretty good. If you had a luxury car, you want to stay away from electronics and speaker grills with hard chemicals and a ton of moisture. So be mindful of that. But we pretty much have it nice and sparkly clean and smelling good and disinfected. Let me get you off the stand, come in, and we have all of the slobber removed. So yes, Dad does all the hard work and the little girl gets to sleep. Anyways, the next step is going to be protect it to make it easier for us to clean the next time and just overall protect the material from any type of permanent staining. What I did for one of my vehicles was I actually covered a lot of these panels that had, some had black piano finish, some had the wooden grain trim, is I covered it with matte or satin PPF. That way when she bumped against it or put her paws up there, or maybe collars and tags are kind of rubbing on here, she's looking out the window, it doesn't scrape up the plastic or any of the surfaces. So it's another tip as well. And PPF sticks pretty well to even textured plastics. You just need to make sure they're not protected. You need to clean them and then leave them as they would be right here, and then use the PPF. And I would just cut small sections, put one here, I would put one here, I would put one right there, up here, so when she's looking out the window it protects that. And every once in a while tear it off, because I have extras, scraps laying around, and I'll put another fresh piece on. But for this here, we're going to protect, and we're going to use, first I'll show you how I use the Intense, and then we'll use Synergy as well. Okay, first up, Intense. It's like a jelly-like substance. And what you do is just grab a microfiber applicator, put a couple dots on there, prime the pad a little bit, and let's see, let's go from here down with the Intense, and then for even better protection, from here up with the Synergy. And all you do is gently massage it into that textured plastic. Take your time, make sure you're getting even coverage. Now the pad is primed, so we'll get a couple more dots on there. Let me show you here. It doesn't, what I like about this is it keeps it pretty much the same color. It'll darken the material a little bit, but you don't see a real dark glossy change to it from here over. So it will not change your interior a whole lot besides protecting it. Let's continue on. So I will go ahead and protect a whole big section of the panel, maybe the whole door panel, including the pockets, all the hard surfaces. Make sure you get everything underneath, on the sides. And then I'll take a microfiber and I'll just very lightly go over it. I don't want to wipe it back off, but I do want to level things up a little bit in case I got a little messy with the application and there's some high spots. And that's all there is to it. So from here down, protected, has a nice look to it. Let me give you a little bit of a different angle here. Let me know if it changed. To me, there's not much of a difference from here down than from there up when it comes to looks. Maybe a little bit darker down here. But it's not glossy, it's not greasy, and you're going to give both Intense and Synergy an hour to cure. Leave the doors open, let air get to it before carrying on. Loading up your little buddies and going on a trip. For the top half here, let's go with something a little bit heavier when it comes to protection, and that is going to be the Synergy for plastics. And that is simply a thin, water-like substance. It's not thick at all, no viscosity to it whatsoever. And I'll just prime the other side of this microfiber applicator. You can use foam, doesn't really matter. And I'll spread this out onto the plastics as well. Keep loading it up. A little bit more durable and more substantial protection up here, because this is where the slobber starts. Get on and in those recessed areas and pockets. Protect everything. And again, we'll grab a microfiber and just kick things back a little bit here. Very lightly, drag it over the area. Pick up any high spots or uneven areas. So when it cures, it looks all nice and even. We're all finished up. Just continue this process all the way around your interior and it will look fresh. And actually it looks fantastic. She's in this vehicle a lot, and really the only thing that we have left are some of the marks from claws from her paws and maybe even the tags on her collar, who knows. But other than that, it cleans up quick. I hit it with either the Synergy or the Intense here every time after I'm done cleaning it. And it's very easy to clean because of that. It looks fantastic. This is said to protect up to 3 years. Well, who knows about that? That's also said to have UVA, UVB protection. Who knows about that as well? But I can tell you, I like the results. And there are other combinations out there that will give you quite similar results. Here's another one out of many, many out there. You can clean it with the spray nine, which also disinfects, and then protect it with Protect-All or even the 3D ceramic interior detailer. So that gives you plenty of options, but that's the way I go about it. Well, guys, that's going to do it for Sleeping Beauty here and myself. She's going to say that she did all the work, of course, as the shop manager. We'll just let that be. If you have any questions at all, guys, don't hesitate. Brian from Apex Detail, Sissy the shop manager. We'll catch you in another video. Maybe in the next video I can cover how we clean and protect upholstery, carpeting, cloth seats, and floor mats. Catch you next time. You stay there. You worked hard today.